Hello every pony, Artesiana here. Link to my divining art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you'd like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures that is not mine, so please give respect to the owners of these pictures and copyrights. And also warning, it's going to contain my personally opinion about stuff in My Little Pony. So if you don't like stuff like this, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So today I would like to talk about King Sombra and Queen Chrysalis, and I have done this before where I am predicting that into the future that the Queen Chrysalis will resurrect Sombra and they will make a whole new, I'll not say kingdom, but they will try to either overtake Celestia or Twilight, or maybe they will put their vengeance on Starlight, because do remember that the King Sombra wants to have revenge over Twilight, and the Queen wants to have revenge over Starlight. So it could actually be a very awesome mixture, and also something for the not only Twilight and Starlight, but the main six, and maybe also the not the queens, the princesses to take care of. This could actually be finally the episode where we see Celestia using some of the dark power magic, or how to say that she actually have, and we get maybe we don't get an explanation about how she learned to handle all of this dark magic, but I do believe that there is something in the lines with her learning it from Sombra, or Sombra actually learning it from Celestia. I could be wrong, but I just like look at this, the dark magic. It looks very like something that Sombra does. And also I'm thinking about the green fire that Queen Chrysalis has, and I can imagine, a mixture of those two, making awesome magic, or how to say that. And I do believe that I really want to have an episode that explains, more about Celestia's background story, more about, Queen Chrysalis and King Sombra. King Sombra is still my favorite villain. I know that you guys out there maybe have a other favorite, and I really do enjoy the traps that he has done, and that shows that he is actually a clever villain. And some pony like Queen Chrysalis is also very cunning and clever, and can manipulate, ponies and stuff like the changelings. And I will say that maybe she has the potential of even doing this to Sombra, but finding out that there is no, love to feed off, she will instead feed off his hate or shadow magic or something in those lines. Or it's going to be an episode where Queen Chrysalis actually only finds Sombra's horn, and using that magic, she actually transforms into this mixture of a changeling and a shadow pony, if you can imagine that. I don't know if I'm going too far with this expectations to new episodes, but I really just wanted to have, an episode where Queen Chrysalis and King Sombra was actually taking over all of it, and the only way out of this was actually to use the time traveling spell again. But now that it was sucked back into time and space, or how to say that, I do believe that the only one that can cast it is actually Starlight and Twilight together. So it could be an interesting episode if they then go as far back so they can see what Celestia have been up to in the 1,000 years where Luna was on the moon, because I actually feel like that is where all of the good stuff happened. Discord was turned, or the Discord was made. I know that I've said this before, but Starswell the Bearded turned into Discord, and he was turned to stone, and then the sisters was separated. Celestia was putting Luna onto the moon, and then everything went haywire with the Crystal Empire, and maybe Celestia falling in love with Sombra or vice versa, and it couldn't be like they wanted it to be because reasons I don't know. I do believe that Celestia knows the dark magic from Sombra, or maybe Discord or Starsword the Bearded. I will say that the Chaos magic also looks a lot like the dark magic, but the swivel in the eyes, or how to say that, the smoke that comes from her eyes, and the green, coloring and stuff like that, it is Sombra's eyes, the eyes that he makes when he does magic and stuff like that, especially where when he overtakes minds of the crystal ponies and tell them or erase some of their memory. I actually feel like Celestia has this too. So she can go back in time and be like, well, we don't need ponies to remember this. I don't want to remember this, so I'm going to erase the most of it in my mind. I'm only going to remember the dark summoning spell if Sombra, some way, shape or form, come back. But else, all other things about, the Crystal Empire and Sombra and stuff like that would only come back to her in a premonition, or how to say that, if, Sombra came back. And I actually feel like it's pretty clever, because that actually shows that Celestia has a lot more power and doing a lot between the lines, or how to say that, or in the back of everything, that she's actually holding all things together, and it must take a lot of time and effort for her, and also a lot of effort not turning evil or joining the side that Sombra was on. I really do feel like there was some potential in, if Celestia actually went there. And I do feel like the future that we see in the past and future episode with Starlight and Twilight is actually a future where it's the evil Celestia that have overtaken, and everything have been turned into a desert, or she used her evil powers to annihilate everything. I don't know, maybe even killing Luna. I will say that is possible. I would also like to have an episode where, King Sombra actually goes after Twilight and turning her evil. Now, I know that is not going to happen, but I really do feel like Twilight could be definitely a good threat for both, Starlight and the main six, Celestia, Luna, and Cadence. All together, I do believe that they would have difficulty by, if it was like Sombra was overtaking Twilight and maybe Starlight. Maybe I'm not giving too much credit to my own favorite villain, but imagine that King Sombra overtakes Twilight, right? And Queen Chrysalis overtakes Starlight. That could be even more interesting. So it's like Queen Chrysalis sucks all of the love out of Starlight by posing as Sunburst, and the King Sombra overtakes Twilight by using the shadowy dark magic that comes from the shadows and stuff like that. I don't know how to explain that. And of course the mind power spell, because we have seen that it works on, the crystal ponies. I don't know if it works on Twilight, but if they have a pact, or how to say that, if King Sombra and Queen Chrysalis makes this union, I do believe that the mind power overtaking spell is even affecting Twilight. I do believe that the only pony that can save them at this point would be Starlight, and she have to offer herself to actually complete this task. But I don't know if it's predicting the future, or am I just way out there, but I really do like the idea of this. Not that I really like Starlight, so I don't hope that she's going to perish from this. I just feel like she's going to be all redeemed 100% if she does this for her friends, especially if she does this for the Celestia or Twilight or some other pony. Maybe even Trixie, I don't know, or Sunburst. Please leave your ideas down below. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and your loved ones. And I'm sorry that it's just a ramble episode today, but if you know a little bit about me, it's not that good of a time right now, so I'm just making videos about stuff that I really like and want to see in My Little Pony episodes. So if you don't like that, again, click away or else stay on my channel. I'm very happy for the 220 subscribers that I have right now, so yay! Let's keep it up, and that was actually all. Yeah, okay, bye!